Welcome into Steelers Latest, your daily spot for all news and information related to your Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm your host, Cole Denis, and remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content to stay up to date with everything Steelers. But let's get rolling as it is predictions week. That has kind of been what the media has determined this bye week between the preseason and regular season is in the past couple of years. Where are the Steelers falling in these predictions during this week? A lot of mediocrity, a lot of 8-9, a lot of 9-8. A couple people thinking we're gonna have Mike Tomlin's first losing season here. The best I've seen so far is 12-5. That was on ESPN. The worst I've seen is 6-11. That was from the NFL Network. I'm not surprised, of course, that they're predicting mediocrity mostly because of the past couple years since Ben, even at the tail end of Ben, it has been a lot of just doing good enough to make the playoffs and not good enough to make an actual impact where you can make a run deep into the playoffs or compete with the best teams in the league, like the Chiefs, like the Bills. We've been struggling to get past those humps. Even the Ravens last year gave us some struggle for the first time in years. So we can't let the hold on the division slip because, I mean, in the past, I think 5 seasons, we've had the best winning percentage out of all our divisional teams in division matchups. Outside of the division, though, we have one of the not the worst. I think it was the second worst in the division or third in the division outside of the division winning percentage. So we got to maintain that hold. I do think Rodgers basically guarantees the same quarterback production as last year. So I do think we will be a playoff team once again. I don't think it's that drastic of a change quarterback production wise, and I think it even could be better than last year. So stay tuned tomorrow where I do give my final record prediction heading into the season before we get into week one next week. But stay tuned to that tomorrow. But first predictions we're going to be given here are who will be the breakout players on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Let's start on the offensive side of the ball. I thought about going flashy here, going with one of the wide receivers, maybe Scotty Miller. He had a breakout preseason. Roman Wilson, he's someone that could possibly have a standout breakout year in his sophomore season, basically his redshirt rookie season. I'm gonna take another redshirt rookie though, Troy Fautanu, who missed most of last year. I really do think, just like his other draft mates last year on the offensive line, Zach Frazier and Mason McCormick, who were studs up front. I think Troy Fautanu is also gonna be a stud on the right side of this offensive line at right tackle. I think he's gonna prove that the Steelers know what they're doing when it came to drafting offensive linemen last year. I know we missed a couple years back with Broderick Jones, but even he is starting to perform better. I really do think Fautanu, he was a stud in college. I think it's going to translate into the NFL. That's something that usually you can tell in college if you got a good offensive lineman or not. And he was one of the most highly touted offensive lineman prospects going into last year's draft. I think that was for a reason, and we're going to see it this year. And he's going to make sure Rodgers has an extra second back there every down, hopefully. I really do think this offensive line, 4 out of 5, I'm feeling pretty confident in. If Roger Jones can give me just a little bit more confidence in those first couple weeks of the season, this offense could be dangerous. Let's move on to the defensive breakout, though. Who is it going to be? I think this man has a great opportunity. Y.A. Black with Keanu Benson and Derek Harmon going down here before the season. I think Y.A. Black is going to get an opportunity here early in the year. And based on what I saw from that last preseason game and the first two, but especially that last one where he had 2 sacks, a couple tackles for a loss, he has a great opportunity here. And I do think he's going to take advantage of it. Harmon, of course, when he comes back, he's gonna get starter reps. But Keanu Benton, I don't think has earned a guaranteed spot for when he returns. He's struggled to begin his career. He hasn't really broken out yet in his career. This year was probably going to be his best chance to prove that. But now that he's down, possibly could miss the start of the year, Black has a great opportunity here to make the Steelers front office realize we don't need to keep Benson. We can save a couple extra dollars. And Y.A. Black, I really do think he has all the physical strength. I think he's really going to be an impact in the run game for this defensive front. And that's something we struggled with at the end of last year. But we would really like to see fixed. And I really think he will be able to help the Steelers defense fix this run game and hopefully propel him, be a part of the reason. He's not going to be the full reason. He's not going to be the reason we're propelled to a top five defense, but he is going to be part of the equation of how we get there, I think, this year. Let's wrap up this show, though, with a lot of returns. I got a little upset yesterday about some of the players' release, mostly just my guy Beanie Bishop. But seems like the Steelers kept the receipts on these players, and they said we're gonna return them to us because the Steelers brought in a lot of players we cut yesterday, brought back, of course, Beanie Bishop, my guy. That's the one I'm most happy about. Beanie Bishop's here. If anyone in the secondary goes down, my guy's going to get an opportunity. They're all on the practice squad. Robert Woods also added. Someone else that was kind of shocking yesterday to see Joe DeMarvin Leal also added back to the roster. I don't think that's really too necessary, but now that we do have a couple injuries up front, I see why we're just adding that piece just in case we have another one go down early on in the season. But Steelers, some of those names we were upset about for about 20 hours, and they were returned. So nothing too much there. Just thought I'd let everyone know that if you had one of your favorite sleeper players on the Steelers released yesterday, they still have an opportunity to possibly get some reps in this year. But that has been it from Steelers Latest. I've been your host, Cole Denis, and I will see you tomorrow.